Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Brittany at Big Cat Rescue here in Tampa, Florida. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Debbie. Good morning, Amy. So I was just going to give everybody a second. Good morning, Casey. Hey, Deb. To join in and share this. And I was going to head out and we're just going to hang out with Miss Nikita today. I think you all know why. If you don't, good morning, Danielle. Today is a very special day for our BCR queen. It is Nikita Lioness' 20th birthday today. Thank you, Allie, very much for that donation. Thanks, Shannon. Good morning, Dawn and Jen. Welcome. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Chris. Good morning. Good morning, Val. So we are just driving over to Miss Nikita. Thank you, Deidre, for the donation. You guys haven't even seen cats yet, and we've got 2 donations. So thank you very much. Yes, Kathy, it is a very cold morning. It is in the low 40s. But oddly enough, it feels more tolerable today than it did yesterday. Yesterday, with that wind going, it just kind of tore right through you. Thank you, Doris, for the donation. Good morning, Chad. There's our knick-knack. And I believe today Deb will be reposting Nikita's home tour. So you guys will be able to see her entire enclosure. I know that all of the cats were given access back to their open air sections, but since it's breakfast time. Good morning, Mary. Hi, honey. Oh my goodness, birthday girl. Oh boy, Mama. How'd we get to be 20 years old? You don't know either. Oh my goodness. So Nikita already had her morning med, I believe. I wasn't here to witness it, but I assume so because our feeding crews don't leave food prep until all of the meds are done and they're out feeding. So hopefully we'll get to see Nikita have breakfast. She's like, I'll show you my home tour. I'll lead you right to the store you can open for me, but I can't open it for her. So at breakfast time, oh, thank you, Daria, for the donation. Nikki, you already got $100 on your birthday? That is a good birthday. So there's a tunnel door right here, and it leads out to her big open air section with her platform and a lot of her toys and her hammock and things that definitely an area she really, really prefers to be. But there's also a water bowl right there. And in order for us to clean it, we have to put our hands in, and we can't do that with her there, so she stays in the roof section. You gonna make me chase you? My very goodness. So this is Nikita. Nikita is celebrating her 20th birthday today. Let me go over and show you her sign, maybe. See where her sign's even at. Oh, down there. Miss Knick-Knack. Thank you, Susan, for the donation. So, seized in a drug raid. That's what you see on her sign. All of our cats here have a sign that has their name, their estimated birth date, and usually just a little snippet of some portion of their story. Thank you, Willie, for the donation. Knick-Knack, you're gonna win all the donations this week. Yay! She's like, whoa. So, if you can imagine a tiny little Nikita, less than a year old, found chained to a wall in a basement in Tennessee during a drug raid. Thank you, Mirko, for the donation. And most likely the only reason that she wasn't killed on the spot, because, you know, that's really scary and dangerous for first responders to respond to an issue and walk in and find a wild animal in there. But the fact that she was so small and restrained, they were at least able to safely get her out of there. So lucky for us, lucky for us you were. She had, the story goes, this was before my time. I know, you tell them. The story goes she had these huge, like calloused, like swellings on her elbows from having been chained in a concrete environment. And it took a really long time for those to heal. She was small enough you could pick her up and put her under one arm, apparently. That blows my mind. I can't even imagine. And again, this was back in 2001. So Nikki was born in 2001 and confiscated in Tennessee in 2001. Unfortunately, she'd been very badly declawed as a cub. And so you'll notice now that she's 20 years old that she's got a little bit of waning in those back legs. We lose a little muscle mass in our old age, don't we, baby? And cats age pretty dramatically. Thank you, Debbie, for the donation. So for each year they are times that by 6, that's what they'd be like in human years. So Miss Knick-Knack's not a spring chicken no more, but because she was declawed, the authorities did try to take her to the Tennessee Zoo in hopes that maybe they could introduce her to a pride. Lions are that exceptional species. Usually most big cats are solitary by nature, but lions particularly live in large groups called prides. So they did want to try to introduce her to other cats. I know, that was a good one. I think she was really hoping my phone was about to turn into a chicken drum. Thank you, Bella, for the donation. Knick-Knack, you're getting so much love, baby. So anyway, in her old age, she has developed quite a bit of arthritis. And at the Nashville Zoo, she wasn't able to be introduced because she has no way to protect herself. I mean, cats use their claws.
Priya is not in her root area.
Uh-oh, what did Priya do? Oh my goodness. So if the cat doesn't have claws, they probably have to really feel like they need to overcompensate and be super, super aggressive. And so they knew it was just not going to work introducing her to a pride. So we got the call. We, of course, took in Nikita. She's lived in several different enclosures here at Big Cat Rescue over the years. The one that blows my mind the most thinking about it, but then realizing like, wow, you know, back in the early 2000s, she was much younger and much smaller. So I was blown away to find out that she lived in the enclosure where Des Serval lives. Thank you, Sharon, for the donation. And most of you guys know that follow us regularly, Des Serval is a 3-legged serval, and he's the only small cat here that lives in an enclosure that has a roof section and an open air section. Yeah, open air section. But apparently that was Miss Nikita's enclosure way back when. She had also lived in other various locations in the sanctuary, but she's just really not into other cats. Again, I think it all goes back to the psychological damage that occurred when they badly declawed her as a cub. You know, if you feel like you have to use your voice and use your aggression to make up for something you're lacking, like not having your first line of defense, which is claws, it was just very, very stressful for her. I am so sorry I missed the last 2 people that donated. I was trying to scroll. Thank you, Diane. I do not know if Afton's going live on YouTube. I tried to get that information. I was like, that'd be helpful for me to know because I always go live during this time. And I'd hate for people to be over here on Facebook that would want to see the YouTube and vice versa. So, but she said it didn't matter to her, so I don't know if she's going to go live over there or not. So I told her I was definitely going to spend as much time this morning as I could just with Nikita and probably watch her have breakfast. But the good news is anytime we go live on any channel that we have for Big Cat Rescue, so whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you can always rewatch those. So they'll post automatically on the YouTube channels as well as like Facebook. And so bigcattv.com is our main YouTube channel. So she doesn't do a lot of lives from there, but I think she might be trying to improve that. I don't know. Thank you, Joanne, for the donation. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she always looks absolutely amazing in the sunlight. Our second YouTube channel is where all of these kind of unscripted lives, so our walkabouts and drive arounds and virtual tours and things like that. Thank you, Danielle, for the donation. Those all end up at dailybigcat.com. That's also where our home tours post. Hi. We're just gonna patiently wait on breakfast with you. So this will be a good time if any of you guys do have questions, because we're just gonna pretty much hang here with our queen all day. A lot of people want to always ask about her weight. So like I said, when she arrived in 2001, she could pretty much be carried like under one arm. She was still very much a young cub. Through the years, she just flourished. I mean, you can't blossom much more than this girl. And at one point, they think she may have weighed close to 500 pounds. The last time we weighed her, so she was pretty healthy her entire life. It was only in the last like 5 years that she's kind of given us 2 scares. And so we did sedate her and do medical exams. It was an abscessed tooth, and then we're watching her kidney values and things like that. Watching her arthritis, again, from being declawed and from being a 20-year-old lion. So she is on a pain management system, but the last time she was weighed, she was more like 380, you guys, or 345. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure some of you guys know that a little bit more by heart than me. I know. No, not scripted lives. We definitely don't script our lives, but Afton does a lot of like scripted produced videos at bigcattv.com. Did you think somebody was coming? Yeah, Bella just mentioned just how tall she is. I can't really give you a good example with me standing next to her, but these are 4-inch by 4-inch squares. So if you take a screenshot of her standing up straight, you can kind of get a gist of how tall she is. But once our feeders arrive, which I don't know who that will be today, but we've got keepers that are out feeding right now, and as soon as they arrive and we feed Miss Knick-Knack, you might be able to easily see a person. Ooh, she sees a golf cart. Whoa, hurry up, I'm the birthday girl. So we do have to be very, very careful with Nikita's weight. Obviously this girl would eat an entire turkey every single day and then some. But again, because of her age, because of her mobility issues, and just because she's a captive cat, you know, that's probably one of the saddest parts, in my opinion, about working around these captive animals is, you know, that in the wild, you know, they lead busy lives. They roam hundreds of square miles. They're finding mates. They're raising babies. They're hunting for their food. Busy, busy, busy. In captivity, you know, we have to do absolutely everything creatively that we can to give them space and enrichment, things that are permanent enrichment, things that are seasonal, things that are random and daily. We have people that come out just to read to the cats or play music for the cats. We just try to spend as much, time and energy as we can to keep them as busy as they can be in captivity. But the downfall is because they're less active, yet they want to still eat and eat and eat. Yeah, I know, I'm still here. Then, they can get extremely overweight, and that can be really, really terrible for their long-term health. So, yeah, so Knick Knack went on a bit of a diet not too long ago. Not too long ago. And she's done really, really well. I know they've actually re-increased her diet slightly. Just gotta be super patient, lady. You're gonna probably give your keepers an earful when they show up with your food, though. So for those of you guys that are new, Nikita does have a camera that's 24/7. It's an explore.org camera. And that's one of our cameras that's actually manned by an awesome camera operator. Those operators are really amazing. Thank you to them for following all of our cats 24/7. So Nikita does have an Explore camera, and you can find a list of all of our cameras at bigcatcams.com. Look at her little pudgies sticking out of the side. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's so silly. Yeah, well, we can't ask for much more. I mean, a 20-year-old lion's like being over 120 as a human. And to be as big as she is, I know, and to not have the claws. A lot of people don't understand declawing. They literally just think, oh, you're just taking their nails away so that they can't destroy your furniture. But that is not how it works. If you look at your hand and you imagine cutting off just the very first digit of every finger, that's what declawing a cat is like. And cats naturally walk very delicately and gingerly on their tiptoes. So you're essentially cutting off their tiptoes. And because of that, they have to start walking on their actual paws. Sometimes it goes to their wrists. I've even seen almost down to their elbows. Are we ready? Oh, they drove by, but I don't think they have yours. These people are getting on a list, aren't they? I think I'm top of the list, though, because I've been standing here this long. Thank you, Teresa, for the donation. My girl. My very goodness. I'm gonna see where they're at. I actually got here pretty early, so this is gonna seem like she's waiting forever and ever, but I was pretty early this morning. Oh, where'd she go? I lost her. She heard another cart. The sounds of golf carts and feeding wagons are like gold here. Thank you, Elizabeth, for the donation. And again, if you missed it earlier, I mentioned that as soon as this live is over, I think Deb will be posting Nikita's home tour. So you'll actually get to see I walk the entire enclosure, and then you'll know her true space. That was a good tail flick, babe. So with Nikita being on like a pain management med daily, she gets snacks AM and PM plus her breakfast. Whoa, I know, honey. I'm sure Lori will write you a letter for sure. Don't pee on me, baby. That would have been something. That would have been a birthday gift for me. Definitely never been marked by a lion. You're such a good girl. Such a good girl. See where she's gonna end up hanging out. See where this feeder at. If it's Marie, we'll forgive her. Yeah, if it's Marie, we'll forgive her. Yes, you will. Can't not love Marie. I know. Wow, babe. $450 in donations today, guys. Thank you very, very much. As I mentioned, she is a meds cat. We've got several, at least a dozen or more cats that get medications twice a day, every day. It can cost us $10,000 a year just to feed one tiger or lion. So no amount's too small. Thank you very, very much. And if you can't afford to donate, please just share this live or share any of our posts, share our photos. Go interact with us on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. All of that is super, super helpful. Helps us reach other people that we might not have reached otherwise. Larry, I had a weird morning with Facebook today too. I tried to start up this live earlier than I did, and my whole screen was just like really shaky. Hey Lori, thank you for the donation. And I had to just literally shut everything down and then restart it. So you might have to leave and come back. We'll be here for a little bit. My goal was just to hang with Nikita probably for, I imagine it'll be close to an hour by the time we get her fed. Might end up radioing though. See where everybody at. I know, you're doing a lot of talking. A lot of talking. Yeah, that would be a good spot to hang out. I'm gonna go this way and then maybe I can show more of her. Thank you, Cindy, for the donation. I do love that lion tail fluff. Little puff at the end. I don't know its true purpose, but man, it's definitely one of my favorite features on a lion. Thank you, Jenny, for the donation. Thank you, Amanda. I really appreciate all of you guys being here to celebrate Nikita's birthday. It is not every day that you get to celebrate a 20-year-old lion. I mean, every day is precious in general, even with our young guys, but yeah. If you guys have followed us for long, you know that we had 2 male lions here, Joseph and Cameron. I think Joseph made it to about 19. Thank you, Miriam, for the donation. And I believe Cameron was only 18, maybe 19. Male lions and lions in general in captivity tend to not have very long lifespans. Thank you, Brittany, for the donation. Whoa. But she's the queen, so she's gonna outdo them. We're both getting some steps in though, that's good. So again, if any of you guys have any questions, if you're new to us, there's always a lot of amazing moderators in the comments that are here ready to answer anything that I can't. Thank you, Chris, for the donation. Yeah, I don't know. So there's also, I mentioned earlier she has an Explorer camera, but she also has this Verkada camera. So it's right here in her feeding lockout, and she has a Nest camera. So there are actually 3 cameras on Nikita that at any given time you can probably find her on one. And all of those are listed at bigcatcams.com. I know, babe. Whoa. Whoa. There have just been so many good donations. It's been hard to keep up today. You guys always know how to spoil these cats, and I love it. Whoa. Jenny, what kind of snacks does Nikita get? So the types of foods we feed here are generally chicken, but in multiple varieties. So chicken breasts, chicken thighs, chicken drums, chicken necks. And then they also get turkey, turkey legs, turkey breast. Thank you, Sheila, for the donation. We also use beef, so there's red meat, and then we have a ground up version that we call mush. But usually if you're coming out to give Nikita something special that you know she's really, really gonna love, it's always chicken. This girl loves her chicken in any variety. Any variety at all. But she's also pretty darn serious about turkey. Thank you, Jerry. Every Thanksgiving, we hand out full turkeys to the cats that can handle a full turkey, that have teeth and can have bone and things like that. And she's one of them, and she takes it and she makes some of the most horrifyingly scary, terrible, grouchy noises ever. And she goes and hides it usually in her palmettos, so that there's no good view. So it'd be tucked right in there, and then that's where she eats it. She sure does love it, but she doesn't usually let us watch her love it. Yeah, Nikita's not huge on sickles. You can offer them to her, but generally not. It's interesting. We do have a handful of cats here that just could care less about sickles. And then we have other cats where they'd rather have a sickle than anything else. And sickles, so if you're new to us on that front, a popsicle for a big cat, we just call them sickles. And we usually take the blood runoff from the beef diets and we mix it with water in solo cups and freeze it. Or we use tuna or chicken or turkey and we blend it up, mix it with water, freeze it. And we pop those into the enclosure and they absolutely love them. Thank you, Corey, for the donation. This girl really does like certain tubes. So she was always featured in our keeper tours. So I'm just trying to listen to the radio. So the keeper tours we used to offer every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, it's at the front gate. So she always was featured on the keeper tour, and normally people would just do operant conditioning with her. That way she'd just get a handful of treats and she'd walk up to the side of the enclosure and everybody could get a really good view of just how big she is. But occasionally a keeper on the keeper tour, instead of giving her food, will give her a really big, really long paper tube with perfume or scents on it. And I don't know that she truly enjoys them, but she would definitely bite the heck out of them. And I think it was more out of frustration that they didn't give her food. They gave her a toy instead. So she almost always would get both because she just kind of got hangry at the tubes. She's just never been all that big on most enrichments. She does like a couple of her toys. She has a specific blue ball that's out there that she would definitely give you an earful about. There's a giant yellow ball out there that she tries to sit on and do yoga. She does have a platform that she used to go up onto a lot, but at this stage in life, she typically would lay under it more than go on top of it. And then we gave her this amazing fire hose hammock, thanks to Joyce, and she got on it, I think, one time in the years that she's had it. One time. So, is that for you finally? I don't know. I hear a cart, but I don't know. So the hammock, she just kind of stares at it from a distance. I think she's been on it one time. Let me see who it is. Nope, that wasn't for you. I don't know. I don't know who that was. Oh. She's also a typical lion. She typically sleeps for like 20 hours a day. But yeah, I think her servants are more of her enrichment than anything else we could really give her. Yeah. I love when she plays that game with the yellow ball where she'll smack it like against like a palmetto and then it'll roll back at her and then she keeps smacking it back. Oh, it's so funny. Lots of robins. She's licking her under neck area. You can see she sits with her paws kind of crossed. We don't know if that's because of her being declawed or if that's just something she would have done anyway, but it's very cute, but it does always kind of make me a little sad because it might be the discomfort. Whoa. So we've been live with Nikita for quite a while, so if you've missed any kind of information about her and you're interested, this would be a good one to rewatch because you'll learn her story, certain things throughout the years with her. That's a very good itch. That's a very good itch. Yeah, we pretty much let Nikita just be Nikita. So she's over here in an area all by herself. All by herself, but she likes it that way. I mean, technically, if we were to trim down some of those palmettos off in the distance, she'd probably be able to see Jinx. And when Kimba Tiger is home, she might catch a glimpse of him in that direction. But I think in her older age, she has gotten a little less upset about it. Thank you, Jane. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was trying to get a close-up of the tail puff and then she stood up. Somebody asked about her hammock. I will show you her hammock real quick. But right after this live, we'll be posting on our Facebook page her home tour and you'll get a little more of an in-depth tour. But after breakfast, we come out here and we empty and scrub out and refill this water bowl here. And then once we do that, we open up these 2 tunnel doors, which she's gonna come tell me to just go ahead and open them now. And she has access to this big yard here, so there's a big hammock. She's got some cylinder toys. She's got a big platform. Her very serious blue ball and yellow ball are in the back there. She doesn't really mess with that cylinder too much. I think the cylinder is something that we kind of prop like her turkey or her pumpkin or any of her seasonal enrichments on it. I know, baby. She's like, I'll just go out there and sleep in the sun if they forgot about me. Did they forget? I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. I very much doubt it. I love those teddy bear ears. Furthest thing from a teddy bear, but she does have the ears. If you've ever seen Nikita get a turkey or a pumpkin or chicken in general, you've seen her aggressive side. And then you would never ever dare ask if we touch them. We do not touch the cats here at Big Cat Rescue. We are an accredited facility, so we don't buy, sell, trade, breed, or touch. And we don't touch the cats because we think it would be, it's just, you know, it's dangerous, it's dumb, it's disrespectful. They wouldn't let you touch them in the wild, so just because we trapped them in a cage as humans, that we think that we should be able to touch them and love on them. Just a recipe for disaster. We let them just be the wild cats that they are. That's a perfect sunshine spot. That is perfect. We don't usually get to spend this much time with Nikita, so I'm personally quite enjoying this. And that's right, Karen. Yeah, if a cat's born in a cage and raised by humans, they can never, ever be set free. So while we totally agree with you, no cage is ever going to be big enough. We don't want to see them in cages. I mean, look at this. She would be so beautiful in the sunshine right now, but you can see the cage wire on her in the shadows. I mean, that is really tragic about, you know, the issue that we have here in the US with big cats in cages. We need to pass the Big Cat Public Safety Act this year. We need to make it a federal law that you can't breed, you know, these cats for life in cages. Thank you, Lindsay, for the donation. You can do that at bigcatact.com. We really, really need you to contact your legislators. We need to stop the breeding, because if you keep breeding these cats in cages, they have to live their entire life in cages. And they don't belong in people's backyards, basements, backyard menageries. They should be wild and free. So if you guys agree with us, that is definitely something that Nikita would love for her birthday, is to see a spike in the calls. We call it the call of the wild. And you can do that again at bigcatact.com. Yep, it passed in the House last session. And I believe we already have, somebody correct me, but I think we have about 96 co-sponsors. Is that correct? Yeah, I would love it if I saw the numbers just drop because all of you guys signed off this live to go make the call of the wild. That would be like the greatest thing ever. Or you could wait and do it after, but just saying. Yeah, and that's something else people don't seem to get. I talked about this a couple times over the last week, is people are like, just set them free, or, you know, send them back to Africa. And it's like, that's honestly such a ridiculous notion. You know, most of these cats, again, she's 20 years old. In the wild, they live like 10 to 14 years generally. So, you know, again, she's declawed, so she doesn't have her first line of defense. This must be the way she thinks the feeders are gonna come. Yeah, the Big Cat Public Safety Act would effectively end cub petting. We believe that's one of the biggest reasons why so many of these cats have to languish in cages for the rest of their lives, because they're used for the first 12 weeks of life to be, you know, held and pet and get your photo with them, and then after that they're discarded into people's homes and backyards. And I sort of feel like Manny, I can see Manny down there. I feel like we're probably short on some keepers, and certain keepers only feed certain big cats. I know, honey. And my guess is the feeders for both big cat routes are probably each other's buddies. Oh, there's Afton. Are they just starving the queen on her birthday?
No, they're doing all the big cats.
Oh, I was like, oh, it's just Marie. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, the queen's gonna like start making a list. Yeah, so Marie is training Nisha, which is a very important part. Nisha came back as an upper level intern. So it sounds like we only have one keeper feeding all the big cats. I know, you're gonna give her an earful though. Yeah. Yeah, you tell him. Thank you, Liz, for the donation. You gonna lay down there? No. Thank you, Connie, for making the call. That's something else I always tell people is if you can't donate, you know, your money or even your time or energy to the cats, just making that call once a month, once a week, once a day, whatever feels good to you. Certain areas need more coaxing than others. And if you already have a legislator that is already a co-sponsor, you can call them still and just thank them for their support and, you know, keep it in their mind as to how important this issue is to you. And, you know, they may have a meeting with somebody else and bring it up, and just never know. You got to just keep it out there. I'm quite enjoying just hanging out with her. Look, she's like, I will dig my way out. Let's see. Luke says, do you people have any qualifications? I'm going to have my A levels this summer. So Big Cat Rescue, all animal care is done by volunteers, and we do all of our own training. Right now, we're a little stunted on that because of the pandemic. We aren't just allowing just anyone to, you know, come join us. We're being very, very cautious. There's Marie. As far as letting people on property and things like that. We've been closed since March of last year.
Do you want me to find them and grab the bucket?
I think I just saw them pull either up. Hopefully they didn't pass by, but... Oh no, there are people. Yay. Oh, you guys are on the top of her list. You made the birthday girl wait way too long. Oh yeah. Now she's a coming. Woo! Look at me running.
It makes me cry of happiness, really.
It's amazing.
Oh, sweetie.
I know, honey. She was getting very mouthy. I know, honey. Say, I'm like 120 years old today, people.
I should be first.
So you can see Nisha has to open her lockout now that the food is in there.
Now relax.
Yep. And we're going to stay back and stay quiet. That was something. Yeah, I was hoping she was going to get
Okay,
chicken.
it's okay. It's all
You're all right,
yours.
baby.
There we go. Relax.
She like jumped over those palmettos and everything.
Birthday breakfast.
Yes, happy birthday, baby. I should have had 100 drums. Good. Oh, no trouble chewing.
Mm-mm. What a good
Okay,
girl.
baby.
Don't push it out. There you go. She's like, I waited this long. I am not losing a piece.
Not one piece. Slow down, baby. Do you taste it at least? My God. Ay, ay.
Oh, one more.
Good girl.
I was afraid. I was waiting for that.
I
too.
was too, yeah.
Oh my God. Clean plate.
Yeah.
Good. Have some water now.
Good job, honey buns. Right to the longest drink of water ever. Oh, well, thank you, Marie. You were the saviors, guys. Thanks, Niche. Well, I told everyone, I was like, hey, in my defense, I got out here earlier than normal because I just wanted to hang with her. But then I started feeling really guilty because she was like, you didn't bring food. And I kept telling her, somebody will bring you food. And then you guys never brought food. And I was like, oh no. But then I saw Afton. She's like, no, they're feeding every big cat. And I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. So.
Yeah. Well, next time we start with you, baby girl. Sorry.
No, you guys, you made her happy, so that's all that matters. And we all got to see her run, which we'll probably
yeah, that was the
never,
best.
we'll never see that again in our lifetime. So.
I tell you, that makes me cry of happiness.
Good job, honey. So now she gets a very, very long drink of water. So she gets about 10 pounds of food. She used to get about 8 pounds of food when we were really trying to decrease her weight, you know, due to arthritis and the declaw and all of that. But now well, I won't say now because technically until they let her back out into the open air section, she's still going to be a little testy because she just wants to be out there and lay in the sunshine in her favorite section. They've been in their roof sections since Sunday evening, and they were let back out because the wind finally stopped. So, but I definitely want to just thank all of you guys that donated this morning and brought her birthday live to such an amazing level for her. Today is the last day for you guys to use our Valentine's Day code at bigcatrescue.biz. So what I'd really, really love to see is if you guys want to go shop for something fun today in honor of Nikita, go to bigcatrescue.biz, search Nikita, or buy something for Valentine's Day. And at checkout, use the code WILDHEART21 and you'll save 10%. So today is the last day. The email for this went out Monday morning and it ends today. So go search for something Nikita in honor of the birthday girl, or go sponsor her. She can never have enough sponsors. Yep, right into the sunshine. See if she gets cozy. So this live is going to post automatically on our Facebook page and at dailybigcat.com. So you can rewatch it. Uh-oh. Did you suck something in your nose? That has happened to me twice over the last week, where like water went down the wrong pipe and I started like hacking. And I feel so bad because I know Carol is probably like, oh no, get out of here. But I'm like, it's just water, I swear. Yeah, if you miss Nikita running to breakfast, then you are definitely going to want to start this live over. We're also going to post her home tour, and there will be photos and videos all day long on Instagram and Facebook, all for our Nikita girl. Oh, baby. Oh, you might have to stand up and work it out. Water going down the wrong pipe, or hiccups. It could be hiccups. Ooh. Oh, she's reminding me of Cameron right now. Those squinty eyes. Ooh. All right, everybody. Well, this was a long live just for Miss Knick-Knack. Nikita Lion turned 20 years old today, and we could not have given her such an amazing life without all of your support. watch for her to go back out in her open air section today at bigcatcams.com. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and this lion girl today. Go buy something, Nikita. Appreciate all of you guys, and I will see you guys later. She just looks so pretty. I don't want to walk away. I'm literally tearing up. It's pretty amazing to celebrate her birthday with her today. Yeah, Angie, I can't walk away. She just gave us a couple of good scares over the last few years, and her being our last lion, it's pretty emotional and amazing for her to be 20 today. All right, everybody, have a great day.